and it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet. So what's unusual about that? This is some fiberglass that I let set on the table, and I put some aluminium foil down so that it wouldn't stick to the table. And what did I get? I got a flat piece of fiberglass. Why would I need that? Watch and see. I'm editing this and I'm like, what the hell did I just witness? Where did the fiberglass come from? Fucking magic. got the cover, cut it out, stretch the grill cloth. I think this is a t-shirt actually. Stretch the t-shirt into there. That's how that ended up. Cut some holes out the back for the sensors to go in. A little slot there for the zip tie. Some on the other side there too. And it just clips in where the original speaker grill went. But when you're driving the car, the sun interferes with the visibility here, so I'm just making it good for it. Soundman technique. Don't know who Soundman is, check him out, he's my inspiration. Just wait for that to dry, and that should be on. Then it's a matter of cutting that out. Then we need fiberglass over the top to finish it off. With the CA glue there like that, it should be solid enough that it doesn't really need much fiberglass on the outside. Just putty that edge to make it smooth, and then we'll need fiberglass on the side obviously, but once I cut this I could actually use little triangles of this to fill in this gap. That's what Doug does. Doug sort of makes templates first, and I started to do that with not that piece. Where did it go? Where did it go? It's gone. Anyway, but my template was basically just to get how the size of the thing. Derp. Once I paint this black, it should stop the sun coming in. And we'll cut it about there, I think. Originally I was thinking about having a removable hood, but nah. I'll remove the screen by pushing this. That should actually push it out of its space. Also, this is quite a lot higher up than the screen itself. There's about 7 layers of tape on top of it, which I thought would be enough to give me room to get this out. I guess before I finish the sides off, I should actually try and remove it once, shouldn't I? Probably not a bad idea. We'll see. Still have a tweeter to go on here, so I can't have this poking out too far, but I can always modify it later, just cut a little circle out of it, as long as it's the focus point is literally this way for a tweeter. Doug says don't put the tweeter on the dash, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's what I've always done. Plus, tweeter needs to be as far forward as possible, and in this truck it's just impossible. I mean, this point here is literally as far as you could get, and then the passengers still be able to hear it. Otherwise we're talking about under the dash, down by your feet, and you've got strut towers and things in the way, so it's just not going to happen. I found that every time I've tried to use this glue, it just doesn't fucking stick, but it seems to work well on this. So that now has a purpose. That's my fiberglass glue. If this technique works for me anyway, it worked for Doug. He built a whole fucking dash out of this shit using this technique. Let's do an update on this. So this has been fixed. The iPad now fits in it properly. And this is nice and smooth. Yep, nice and smooth. Something going on there. Might be something on my finger rather than... Yeah, I think it's something on my finger. So that's nice and smooth. So yeah, the reason I'm doing this now, and not waiting for the tweeter, is I'm going to have leftover paint for when I respray this, because I'm going to have to do the whole thing. because I'm going to have to do the whole thing. No, I am going to have to do the whole thing, and I'll probably have paint left over. I buy 2-pack paint. I won't use anything else on trim pieces because from my experience it just falls off. There's my cappuccino. So I only use 2-pack. Now when you buy 2-pack in a spray bomb, like this style of can, you actually have to, 2-pack is 2-part. So you press a button, I think it's on the bottom, and that causes the joint in the middle to rupture and mix the two components of the 2-pack together. You shake it, they're mixed, then you've got several hours before that paint's no good. So it's not like you can spray something and then the next day use it for something else, or the next week use it for something else. Once you crack that, you have a limited time. So I'm just making sure I've got everything, well, not everything, I'm making sure I've got enough things to paint so I don't waste any, because it's $22 a can. Like, you know, but I ain't got that much money, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get you to send me money. If you like my video, send me money. I need it. You got what I need. Perfect. What do you think? Just make triangles to here. Fill in the gaps. That one will be fairly small. It's nice. Put some fiberglass on the inside to reinforce it, but for the most part, once the triangles go in, that should actually hold it where it needs to be. Just a rough guess. Yeah.
Story time!
Now this reminded me of, there was a guy I used to hang out with, I don't anymore, who had an RX-7. I think he's still got it actually. And it was like gutted at the back because it was like race car. But there was a debate between him and another guy about what they would do with the back, buy the original panels and then cut them so they fit around the roll cage, or just leave it bare. And they said, what would you do? And I said, well, I'd build all the panels out of fiberglass. And the guy just lost it, started laughing at me, and what is this fucking, this isn't a stereo build, you're a fucking idiot, whatever else. But realistically, that, you see how thin that is? That's going to weigh less than your plastic interior pieces, and you can still paint it, and it will look finished rather than race car. So don't rule shit out just because you don't understand it, is basically what I wanted to say. And that's all I have to say about that. Fuck that guy.
End of story time!
That's it for this episode. Another one will be along shortly. See ya.